welcome to episode 10 of Beauty Crowd TV. This is a bit of a milestone episode for us today. It's been 10 weeks since we started Beauty Crowd TV, and in that time we've actually we've done 10 shows obviously, but in addition to that we've also done some of our review roundups. We've done a few pilot shows for the Elf channel, so I think in 10 weeks we've done about 18 shows now. So yeah, today is really a bit of a sort of celebration of that. You know, it's just about sort of taking stock for us a little bit. I'm joined in the studio today by Amy, as always. She's been here from episode 1. You guys might remember Nick BC. He's normally behind the cameras, but we've actually brought Nick onto the show today to we're talking about bloggers, blogging in general. Nick's going to be on giving some photography tips. We've basically got a lot of bloggers to go through, really celebrating beauty blogging, you know, blogging, social media, social media and beauty, and just to sort of thank everyone really who has been involved over the 10 weeks. Just for their support really. It really means a lot, and it's actually it's given us a very steep learning curve, but we're trying to absorb everything and you know, go forward now from episode 10. We've got competitions as always. You know, we've got a really good competition actually with a collaborating beauty brand today.
Jewellery brand today.
Yeah, well, I don't know if Gary's got the picture up here. Amy, if you want to just tell us how we can go about getting involved in this first competition, so everyone can start tweeting that.
Yeah, sure. Well, as usual, we've got a couple of different competitions. As Neil mentioned, we've joined up with Daisy Mae Jewellery, who are sponsoring a giveaway today. You can actually win £25 worth of gorgeous jewellery products, including the arrow necklace that's shown in that picture. There's quite a gorgeous bundle that's up for grabs today. So yeah, you can win that. All you need to do is you need to go to their website, tweet out a link to the favourite product along with the hashtag Daisy Mae Faves, tag us in that tweet so we can see it, and then you're entered into the competition. As well as that, we've obviously got our retweet competition that's going on Twitter right now. So if you pop over there and retweet, you get involved in that. And on top of that, we've got our Ask Nick hashtag in for today. So Nick is our resident photograph expert. So he will be on hand for anything that you want to ask him today. So pop a question over to Nick, Ask Nick hashtag, and you'll be entered into a draw to win a bundle of Elf products you can get photographing on your blog. Very nice. So yeah. Plenty of things to get involved with.
We're asking people to send in pictures today then to win that, or it's just a question for Nick?
It's a question for Nick, but by all means, if you want to pop a picture over of some of the work that you've been working on, just use the hashtag Ask Nick and you enter into that draw. Yeah,
we've got some lovely blogs to show you with great examples of excellent photography. We've also got Skype guests on the show today. We did have 4 lined up. Unfortunately, one guest can't make it, but we want to give a big shout out to Sarah Hoyes.
Travelling at the moment. She has joined us in the chat stream though.
Yeah, so that's great. Maybe we'll catch up with you again. But we've got Adriana Michelle joining us again from Los Angeles. She's actually been at the Oscars. We've got pictures of her in her lovely sort of red carpet ball gown. You know, I'm sure she's going to have a few stories to tell us about the Oscars. I'm dying to sort of find out about that. We've got Craig Lomas joining us, who's a journalist, sort of beauty writer, blog writer. He's had articles in Cosmo recently, and he's going to sort of be chatting to us a little bit about like creative writing, about blogging, and you know, working on your writing style and things like that. So looking forward to chatting with Craig in about half an hour. We've also got Georgia Devine. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Yep. Georgia is actually our blogger of the week this week, so you can get over to Georgia
Rose X at blogspot.co.uk.
I'm just sort of reading that one there, but get over and check that one out in advance.
Yeah, lots going on today. On top of all of the blogger features that we have got going on, we've also been dabbling in a bit ourselves. So what we have been doing today and this week is launching our Would You Rather blog tag.
Yeah.
So it's a new one for us. We've seen these tag videos go around a lot. And we thought, well, why not give it a go? Yeah. So you may have already seen it. We've already had 2 people actually submit their Would You Rather blog tags, which is amazing speed. So basically we've got a couple of different Would You Rather scenarios. I think it's 10 altogether that we're wanting you guys to get involved with. So for example, the top one, which I know is one of your biggest dilemmas, is would you rather apply perfect eyeliner or contour like Kim Kardashian? So
well, it is a toughie, you know. I'm obviously a massive fan of the Kardashians. That has been said on a number of occasions. But, you know, contouring like Kim, I can't see me ever doing that. So, you know, a bit of guy liner, if I was ever going for a sort of gothic look out, sort of like in a bit of a party or fancy dress, I'd have to say I'd pick the perfect eyeliner, actually. It's got to be black, obviously. You know,
go classic, go classic. Yeah, I don't know, what about you, Nick? Are you guy liner or contouring? It's a toughie.
It is a toughie. I'd have to go with guy liner, I think. Yeah.
You know, a bit of eyeliner actually looks cool on occasion.
Honestly,
maybe one day I'll wear some on the show.
I think I'd have to go eyeliner as well, because the amount of time I spend trying to balance out eyeliner is ridiculous. I'm sure you know the same. I'm sure you spend so much time doing it.
Struggle with that one, but yeah, we like to stick to sort of the blogs and getting your guys' feedback on that, obviously. Yeah, so do get involved with that. It was a new one for me, the hashtag sort of competitions, or the hashtag, what do you call them?
The blogger tags.
The blogger tags. That was actually a new one for me. So yeah, do check out our blog and get involved in that one. And thanks to the 2 people who've already.
Yeah, it's Ashley and Kenya, our veteran BCTV watchers, also been with us since episode 1. So
yeah, you know, and big thanks to those. Ashley has actually been in touch with me today on Facebook. Ashley, I did get your message, and Ashley actually had a really good idea about buying some sort of wholesale elf products from us and possibly setting up a party, getting it out to her friends and family out in Ireland, and just helping us with the message of spreading elf. You know, her YouTube channel is already, you know, heavily weighted with elf sort of reviews, different things like that. So do check out Ashley Tiernan's YouTube channel. But Ashley, I will be in touch. I've spoken to Claire, who sort of works in our customer service department and handles like wholesale orders and stuff, and we'd love to sort of get involved with you on that, and maybe even possibly, you know, bring you in when you're having the party with all your friends and family, to maybe for you guys to join us on the show again. And Ashley actually has been one of our Skype guests in the past, so be brilliant to sort of dive into the living room while you guys are having an elf party and do something fun like that. But honestly, we've had so many great sort of connections since starting this. You know, it's sort of a different perspective to elf, because obviously, you know, we're in contact with a lot of bloggers through elf, but like through the beauty crowd, we've been finding new brands, new bloggers, we're getting approached by jewellery companies, we've had fashion companies contacting us. So there's loads of exciting things to, you know, to come, and future shows of Beauty Crowd. And you know, this show is a bit of a sort of reflective time, and I'm really sort of keen to encourage you guys to really get involved as much as possible. And you know, if you want to sort of feature on the show or want us to sort of promote your blog, you know, we're going to be talking today about like monetizing your blog,
and just see how people can get more out of it.
I'm keen to learn from bee bloggers, like, you know, maybe we could do a poll or something like that. But how many bee bloggers are sort of aspiring to make it a full-time job? Are bee bloggers looking to sort of make it a part-time sort of job? I know we've got a lot of mums who join in the group, and they take the blogs, you know, really seriously, dedicated to their cause. You know, they're on social media all the time, they're you know, writing posts regularly 2-3 times a week, and you know, obviously, you know, what are people looking to get out of that?
It's like the long-term plans of it, isn't it?
Because brands, you know, obviously it's an enjoyable pastime, but these days, you know, so many brands and PR companies are trying to get in touch with bloggers, and you know, there are different ways to monetize, and which we'll look at later. But if you know, you're in the chat room, do let us know like what you're thinking, what direction you're looking to take your blog. Is it pastime? Is it a sort of, you know, part-time job? Would you love to be full-time? You know, would you like to be the next Michelle Fan? You know, let us know. You know, we'd love to connect with you guys.
You see some bloggers that have come and go down, like you got Michelle Fan, you've got like Tanya Burr, they've all got their own like lines of products now, and it's like is that kind of where you're going to go with it, or is it? Do you want to be a professional writer? You're going to go into the likes of Cosmo and Glamour and all of those, or just in the press? Like
because we've had the journalist guys, the student journalists. I know like Rapinder, we had like Ems. Those guys are studying like broadcasting and sort of media, and you know your blog is all, you know, for those guys it's almost like an extension of your CV as well, isn't it? So you know, we'd love to sort of hear more about that, you know, and get your feedback, because we're trying to create a platform which gives you a springboard maybe to just showcase your blog to wider community, get involved in the live stream, you know, take questions live and take it forward in sort of new exciting ways. So do get in touch with us on that subject. That would be most helpful. Yeah, the first blog that we're going to look at today, which is actually a really nice blog from a lady called Chelsea, who is 23 and lives in Minnesota. That's obviously in the US, trying to sort of broaden our global reach. But yeah, the blog is called Sunny with a Chance of Sprinkles. And I've actually...
It's like the cutest name for a blog ever.
Yeah, it's a really nice blog. I've got that blog on my screen now. And excuse me for leaning forward here with the new setup.
We're adapting to the new set. We're getting comfy.
But yeah, Sunny with a chance of sprinkles.
I keep wanting to say meatballs. Yeah. Because of the film.
But yeah, we picked this blog because it's sort of, you know, there's loads of like bits in there just about blogging in general, how to improve your blog, how to take, you know, better photos. This was the first one I meant to bring up, excuse me. So it's like tips for taking photos on your blog, and I know we've got Nick here who's sort of loves to get involved with that.
This is his forte.
And yeah, a nice subject that she's chosen here, with the lollies and a bit of fruit and stuff like that.
Really, when you think about it, a lollipop can be quite an uninspiring object, can it? So I think what she's done is, look, it's really pretty cool to just show the difference of it.
It's really nice.
Really cool.
But like what she's written, take a minute to study these photos. What do you notice? What pops out at you? You know, she's being honest, she's not really a professional, but you know, she's just giving her features. Like if you look closely, you can see like the droplets of water, the different, like, you know, beads of sort of frost on the lollies and the fruit.
I think it's great she's using natural light with them as well. Plus she's thought about her background as well.
That's really nice background.
Yeah, got a nice wooden texture going on there, and she's introduced the fruit as well, which obviously the flavour of whatever the lollies are going to be.
Yeah,
which
it looks a bit of a raspberry sort of flavour
Yeah.
there, but that's a bit of depth of field there with the background.
I've always wondered, you know, with the shot that she's done with the downward, obviously she's using natural light, but if you were to stand over something, you cast a shadow. So what's the best way to kind of light that? How has she done that?
Well, basically,
like with that
from what I can see, wherever she's hanging over with her camera, she's just made sure she's not obstructing the path of the natural light.
It's just you've got to position yourself.
You've got to think about where the light's coming from. Just make sure you don't obstruct it in any way. I mean, she's either there hanging over top of it with the camera, which is quite hard to do, because it can go out of focus quite easily, or she may have one of the reversible tripods, so you can actually hang a camera above what you're shooting then. But,
clever. Would you, if you had one of those, would you need one of the remote control?
You can still do it. With some cameras, you have a flip-out screen. Like I've got a flip-out screen on this one. So it means you can angle that, so you can still see what you're doing. Obviously, the tripod to hold the camera still for you. All you need to do is be able to press that.
I suppose with some of the more compact cameras, like you've obviously got the bigger SLR on the table there, but some of the more compact cameras where you get those sort of flexi gorilla grip, I think it's called. Things where you can really sort of bend them over and have like a,
that'd be good,
get the over the top
you could use a piece of furniture then, maybe put a stool above what you're shooting, and then as you say, put the gorilla grip around.
That's a really good idea. I bought my friend a gorilla grip tripod when she went travelling, because there was the two of them went away, and she used to put it on like trees and fences and stuff, so that when they could take like the two of them.
It's perfect.
They're really cool.
Yeah,
I love them. I just like looking at them.
Yeah, they're so versatile. They weigh nothing as well, so you can just stuff it in a bag.
Yeah.
And you can't break
You can get
them.
really tall ones now as well, can't you? I've seen the even bigger ones. So, because the ones that I've seen before, like the desktop ones, I guess.
Yeah, that's where it kind of started off. But I think some companies have taken it on and made, as you say, more kind of industrial sized ones, some nice aluminium ones, so they get a bit bigger then. But
Already on the stream, we got Kenya's asking what is the best camera. I know you sort of anticipated this kind of question.
Yeah, it's always it depends what you're shooting really. If you're talking about obviously beauty photography products and things like that, you just want to get a camera that's gonna be good for macro. So most digital SLR cameras are going to be good for that, because obviously you can get the lens that you need.
Did you make any recommendations on the next BC blog yet, or?
Not in terms of cameras, no. I haven't managed to actually put as much on there, as much effort into it as what I wanted to.
We've been keeping you busy on other projects, but
I definitely want to pick it up again.
There has been chitter-chatter this week about bringing Nick's tips onto the Beauty Crowd blog, so I think it needs a new home.
Well, maybe after this sort of day now, we can take some of the questions and things like that as inspiration for future blog posts, and we can certainly recommend a few different cameras, and actually we pick up tips as well by reading other people's blog and what cameras they're using, because you know, you actually sort of realize that you know, it's not really sort of so much about the camera these days with the digital cameras. If you've got good megapixels and like you say, good option for macro, you can tend to do
most compact cameras these days are really good with macro as well, and they all have lots of multiple focus points and stuff like that. So
we got Hannah on Twitter saying that she uses her iPhone for taking blog photos. So people do have their preferences, and people can be so clever with filters and After Effects and stuff like that now. I think you can.
iPhones are brilliant, especially say from the, I think it was the iPhone 4 onwards. Yeah. You've got the iSight camera then. So you've got like touch focus. You can actually, if you're clever with it, you can still get a bit of depth of field as well. So
I just pretty much end up just like randomly tap in the front of the camera until it looks sort of like I hoped it would.
The question with beauty blogging, to Instagram or not to Instagram, because I've seen some blogs where people have used a little bit of Instagram, and then there's a few people like, oh, hang on, you shouldn't be doing that, it's not representing the colours necessarily, and a few people are quite het up on it, like, you know. But
it's the thing, I know we read a blog before, and I can't for the life of me think of who it was off the top of my head, but it was, she'd taken a photo without an Instagram filter and with an Instagram filter, and it just showed the difference in the I think she was looking at contouring, so it showed, obviously it accentuates much more, because that's what Instagram does, doesn't it? Exaggerates shadows and all sorts.
Some of the filters you got on there adjust the contrast of the image. So with like contouring, obviously if you boost the contrast on a contour photo, it's going to bring it out a lot more. So,
so it looks like you're super awesome at contouring.
I wouldn't use Instagram to take those.
I think the whole point that I see a lot of beauty blogs for is to get a bit of a true representation of products. So you don't want to go messing around with filters, do you? You want to get some.
Some people love them, and that's great. I think even for the product focus shots, that's fine. But when you're going into swatches and things like that, it's important that the colours are what they are. So I would stay away from it whenever you're doing swatches.
Scenic shot of a sunset, get a filter on that. Oh, yeah. Bob's your uncle, but not when you're swatching.
Not when you're swatching, no.
And we've
there was just one more thing regarding Chelsea and her blog. She also made a guest blog appearance on Hairspray and High Heels blog, which is on my screen at the moment. We'll have to link this one up to you. It's quite a sort of detailed blog post, but it's basically sort of 5 tips for photography and for photographing beauty products. So you know, in addition to Nick's blog, you can really check out that post on there, which you know, goes into quite a bit of detail, and Harriet will link that up now. You've got some different ones. Nick, you recently shot some photos, didn't you, this week of the Batiste conditioning mist?
Smoothing conditioning mist. Yeah.
I think we've got that picture on the TriCaster somewhere there.
I think that's gone now. That was
okay,
on the previous
no
show.
worries. We'll,
you can always catch it on the on-demand review roundup.
We'll put it on a blog.
And if you also, you know, if you know of other bloggers which give tips on how to blog, and if there's a particular blogger that has inspired you into improving your content and your photography, you know, or even your videos, if you're a video, you know, YouTuber, let us know those sort of guys, because we'd love to feature them on Beauty Crowd, and I think they're really interesting posts to sort of, you know, you get a little bit of insight into sort of, you know, bloggers and why they do what they do, and loads of different tips and techniques, you know. So yeah, please, you know, do get in touch with those.
Definitely. There's quite a lot of questions coming in about lighting and whether to use natural light or studio lights, and if you aren't using natural light, what's the best kind of lighting to use? Or
yeah, I mean,
I don't know, it's a minefield.
Both have benefits and both have negatives. Obviously, natural light's really good for swatches and things because you get the true representation of colours, but you don't always have it as you'd want it if it's a cloudy day, which where we are most days are going to be cloudy
at the moment.
Then you've got no choice but to use some artificial light. So I would, obviously there's loads available that you can get. I would just say if you're doing obviously swatches of makeup, you need to make sure you get the right temperature light. So like I would say like a daylight bulb. And depending on what you're shooting it on, it can change as well. So you need kind of a basic software to touch your photos up, just to correct it to what your eye sees afterwards.
There's like the video that I did for the sleeping rollers because we only had an artificial light and it was on an iPad. It was very yellow, very yellow, but may do what we had. But yeah, that's the thing. I know a lot of vloggers will be like, oh, I haven't vlogged this week because the weather's been rubbish, so my lighting's been off. I think with video, you notice it an awful lot more, don't you? With especially we've done things in the day and it's gone, we've had it gone overcast and all of a sudden it's like dark.
It makes a difference. But what's interesting is that everyone is aspiring to improve, you know, and you see bloggers and the best thing is when you get started, you do see a lot of bloggers apologising for the lighting, the conditions, but you know, it takes sort of a bit of effort to get started really. So I think the guys that get started and then, you know, show a series of improvements like over time, you know, you often see, oh, Christmas I've had a new blog, and then it comes back and it's like better photos or better videos. I mean, a great example from a video side of things, you know, and someone that we wanted to sort of go on to next and give a big thank you to is Rapinda, who if you've been watching all the shows, excuse me, you'll know Rapinda joined us, I think, for 2 episodes now. She's actually, she's been our biggest contributor in terms of videos sent in for us. She sent in 2 DIY videos. And even within those videos, you notice the improvements that she made. And since then, we wanted to give a shout out because Rapinda has actually started up her own YouTube channel now. I've got that on my screen at the moment. That's the actual, that's one of her latest videos there. And, you know, she's already got
views.
14 subscribers. I'm going to subscribe as well. And yeah, 100 views straight away on this video. And you can see, you know, I'll run it just there. But I thought Rapinda was great when she came on the show. She was really personable. She had some great comments and
very natural in front
really
of the camera.
Natural, you know.
Very natural.
It was great that she could, you know, dedicate some time to do some BC, but you know, I've watched a few of her YouTube channels. It's something I'd love to do more of, and yeah, get over and check that out. But look at the quality of camera, lighting, you know, bit of depth of field in the backdrop there. It's
Everybody
really,
loves a bit of depth.
It's really looking great. So yeah, do go and check out Rapinda's channel, which is going to be tweeted out by Harriet at the moment. It's on the screen there. So.
We've set off a bit of a conversation in the social stream by the looks of things about Instagram.
Excuse me.
And an awful lot of people are saying that they do use it and they do love it.
I do.
Oh yeah,
I adore it. Like I absolutely love it. And people are saying like, oh, I use it to take some snaps of like my personal life, my day to day, and for that it's fab. I love it and I use it a lot myself. But people are agreeing for things like products is best, even if you do use it, but don't use a filter.
I like just boosting the light sometimes. You know, that just gives a little bit of a sort of a twist on things, and sometimes with the iPhone things can be a bit dark because I don't find the flashes work particularly well on the
flash
iPhones.
on an iPhone I find makes things a bit blue, like sometimes it's a bit...
It's because it's an LED flash, so it will tend to do that sort of thing, and the phone doesn't have the capability to warm that
Apple,
up.
sort it out.
Get it sorted, Apple.
I don't know what they could do, but yeah, that's...
you can buy all sorts of like add-on flash crazy case things, can't you? So I suppose if you really want to use your phone, you can jazz it up with all sorts.
Yeah,
definitely.
So yeah, there's plenty of people. I can see all of the regular faces in the social stream at the moment. Guys, big shout out to Sarah Hoyes there, Beth Tinkerbell, Frozy, Rose. You guys are always here, and we really appreciate it. You know, and yeah, Nick, we were going to talk about. well, actually, it's coming up to, excuse me guys, I noticed that the time here is now 7:30 just gone, and we were going to have a chat with our first
yeah, we were going to go over to Craig. We were going to go over to Craig. If he's set up and ready on Skype, so we just need to give him a call, I think.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, don't forget the competitions, guys, while I'm doing this.
Yeah, we have actually got the competition trailer. So while we're just going to give Craig a quick ring and set him up on Skype, if we just take a look about how you can get involved with the competitions this week. And yeah, we'll get back and chat to Craig. Hello, Craig. Look at you on the screen. Oh, it's brilliant. So everybody, this is Craig. Craig is a beauty and fashion writer and also a fashion designer who is joining us today. Yeah, hi Craig.
Hello. Hello everybody.
I think we briefly introduced you to Neil earlier, but yeah, we've got Neil and we've got Nick
Craig,
joining us today.
Thanks very much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So much. How's your day been? Busy?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. It's getting towards the end of the week, so obviously looking forward to the weekend. So, just like everybody, I suppose.
Friday tomorrow, everyone's getting excited.
Oh God, yeah. I've been smelling the Friday feeling since about Tuesday dinner time, so I'm definitely ready for it.
I know the
feeling. Oh, brilliant. We wanted to talk to you today, kind of just find out a bit more about you and find out about, your side of things, because I know obviously you do a lot of writing for quite a few online magazines. So, yeah, we just kind of wanted to find out a bit about you and how you got to what you're doing today.
Well, with regards to the design, I studied at college for it was a fashion course, a BTEC. And then moved on to a degree at university. And then from that, I just got stuck in a job that I'd been stuck in for quite a while, but still doing a lot of freelance design work. And then carried on doing a bit more of that. And then got the job where I'm currently now. So I'm working as a costume designer now, but I work on my own label as well. But the writing actually wasn't something that I thought would be a career that I'd like to go into. It was only because one of the accounts, Varda magazine, actually followed me on Twitter.
Okay.
And then from that, they then said to me, would you be interested in maybe writing for us? So I just thought, well, why not? I'll give it a go. I did used to like doing written work at university, so like my dissertation and so on, but I never actually put the two together and thought it'd maybe be something I could go into. So wrote a piece, submitted that off to Varda, and they seemed happy enough with it, and it's just progressed from that really. So
I've got the Varda blog on my screen. A great tip is
to use social media to your advantage, because Twitter is what's gained me a lot of writing jobs in terms of Varda, which then led on to a magazine called Vanity Hype. So I contribute for about 4 or 5 different magazines now, and then Cosmopolitan, obviously that was last week as well. So it's moving more progression than what I actually thought it would, to be fair.
And is your writing then quite focused on your fashion designing, or are you sort of like doing a bit of different stuff on there as well?
It's a mixture of both, to be honest, because both of them actually have a massive vetted interest in anyway. Obviously fashion, it's something that I've followed since as long as I can remember really. But the beauty side of it, I've always been really, really into things like beauty and makeup and stuff. And then when the writing came along, it just seemed natural to progress from fashion to beauty at the same time, because at the end of the day, the end result is to look your best, and everybody wants to look the best. So it's something that I was fortunate enough to pull my energies into, the fashion and the beauty. So I enjoy writing about both, to be fair.
I bet you've been kept rather busy with
stuff. They come by the wayside because it's mostly fashion and beauty that I'm interested in writing in.
Yeah.
It's a great advert for everyone sort of getting involved with their social media, keeping on top of the Twitter and things like that, you know, because it's something I know we're thinking about doing now, because we're launching a Beauty Crowd website in the near future, and we're going to be sort of reaching out for writing contributions and, you know, and actually video contributions from people as well. So yeah, I'm interested to know, do you get like quite a free reign with the topics, or are you sort of getting like, you know, specific sort of briefs from the magazines and the blogs on the website? Sorry.
Well, the two main ones that I write for, Varda and Vanity Hype, I tend to just set myself my own briefs. So because I've got quite a lot of good connections in terms of I've got good relationships with PR agencies who will happily send me stuff to write about, so they will then get included into articles, like beauty kind of articles or fashion, or a lot of people will approach me, so it depends who approaches me really as to what I write about, but a lot of the time it is free reign. So 1 week it could be very beauty based, whereas the next week it could be more fashion, trend led, colour predictions, which a lot of my stuff for Vanity Hype is a lot more geared towards fashion and accessory editing, whereas Varda is a mixture of both. So I'd say Vanity is the one where it is geared more towards one subject, which is fashion.
Excellent.
It's great. It's really interesting to know that so many brands like approach you just without you, because you're around and because you're, you know, you're featuring on these websites and people are just coming to you. That's amazing. I think that's a definite sign that you're doing very, very well.
Well, it's just really, really important just to build up good relationships with people, because at the end of the day, people aren't going to want you to be promoting their products if they don't feel confident in you as a writer, or somebody that they feel is not confident in their brand. So building up good relationships with PR companies is one of the biggest things I would say that people need to do if they want to be serious about writing about beauty and so on, because it's all good and well to get the products, buy the products and stuff, but I think to have the backing of a company that wants you to write about their stuff speaks volumes when it comes to your work and the confidence in your work as well.
Are you quite proactive with your pursuit of PR companies? Do you actively sort of go out there and you know, make first contact, or is it much more sort of waiting for the guys to approach you based on what work you've been doing?
To start off with, it was me. I'm a very proactive person anyway. I don't sit around and wait for things to happen, because that's not how life works, unfortunately. So I would approach PR companies, ones that catered more towards fashion, designers, beauty. So I started to actually approach those PR companies, but through word of mouth, and obviously through, again, going back to social media, people that share my work, retweet it, favourite it, mention it, share it on Facebook, then you will get a lot of PR companies that will then start to follow you on Twitter, which then they will contact you and tell you about their brand and stuff. So that was apparent with a great, I can't rate it high enough, a PR company called Kilpatrick PR.
Yes.
Okay. One you know well, Neil.
I know them actually.
They're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
They actually, we used to be a client of them back when we first launched the Elf brand about 6 years ago now.
No way.
Yeah, and I think they were based out in southwest London at the time. I think they're now over the east end of London, isn't it? But yeah, those guys are great. We had so much press from those guys, and I've actually recently been thinking about maybe getting back in touch with them, because they do get some great. They had some fantastic placements for us, so that's really interesting that you're working with those guys.
It's good to know from the other side, isn't it? For people that they are contacting, that, you know, they're doing such a fab job. So that's good. And
they really do. They do an absolutely amazing job, and they've got such a passionate team that are really passionate about the brands that they represent, which, you know, it just shows when they, again, like I say, they've got the confidence in me to do a good job to write about their products. So one of their main products is Real Techniques, which as a lot of beauty writers and bloggers will know about is from Samantha Chapman and her sister Nicola. And they're just so passionate about getting the products out there into the marketplace and getting people excited about it and stuff. So it's great just to really approach PR companies and just get as much out of them as you can get. That's what they're there for.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we should be doing a bit more of on BCTV as well. Get in touch with those guys and introduce them to the live streaming.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, obviously, there's more PR companies out there. I'm not just favoriting
No, absolutely.
one.
You're allowed to favourite one. You're allowed. We got
there's some great ones out there.
We got a couple of questions that have come through for you from people that are watching. And Sarah Hoyes is asking roughly how many emails do you get from brands or PR companies about things to write for? Do you have to kind of like cut them down? Do you colour few? How do you deal with it?
It depends, to be honest. It's very it can be very hit and miss from one week to the next. A lot of the time it's dependent on what kind of article I've published. So say for instance, if I publish a beauty article one week, then guaranteed the week after I'll probably get about 3 or 4 emails from different PR agencies asking if I'll write about their products or maybe feature them. Or a lot of the time they will send stuff with the intention of me writing about it at that current time, but it normally has to wait a while. So then obviously that PR company is waiting for my article to be published. So they tend to drop off until the article is published, and then they'll contact me again.
Yeah, I know that's one thing that I've certainly learned whilst through my work so far, is that working with bloggers to fit in with their schedule, giving everybody as much notice as possible, because especially bloggers or writers like yourself who have so many things going on, is fitting in with them as much as it is fitting in with the brand strategy and all the rest of it and all the ideas that you've got internally or through a PR agency. So yeah, it's definitely something people need to be mindful of, I think.
And one of the great things as well that I think people do forget about is social media can be used to such a positive effect. It's not just there for bashing people or critiquing people. It is actually there as a tool to promote yourself.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
basically you are selling yourself. So you could have literally 30 followers and they could be really, really strong followers that will then gain more exposure from you, as well as you'll gain exposure from them. So it doesn't matter how many followers you have, it's using them to your advantage. And it's being mindful that social media is there for a reason, and it is self-promotion, and it's such a great tool to use. I think people tend to focus on the negatives too much and use it for a negative kind of duty rather than a positive, which it should be used for.
Yeah,
it's almost thinking of it as your sort of personal branding in a way. You know, it's your CV, or it's your portfolio of work, and you know, it's an extension. Even if you're looking for a job, like there's no sort of employers these days that are not just having a quick check on Facebook and Twitter to see what people are up to on there. You know, that's commonplace, I think.
Well, exactly. A lot of future employees will actually look on people's Twitter and Facebook now, so that's why you have to be so careful about what you put.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously you are allowed your own opinions and your own views and so on, but you have to be so mindful of the fact that employees will actually do a kind of back check on people to see if they are that person that they've sat down in an interview room and they have interviewed them. Same with PR companies, same with brands that want you to promote their brand. You've got to be mindful of the fact that they've got a message that you've got to portray as well. So it's all good and well writing about it in a way that you think they want to hear, but if that's not you as a person, then that's maybe not the brand you should be writing for.
And I think
so
that's the right thing.
That's right for you.
Definitely. I think you need to make a decision as a blogger that it sits well with you. Don't adapt yourself. You've got to be true to it, because that's something you need from like a brand side. You don't want people saying the right thing because they think that's what you want them to say. It's all about
being honest.
Honest
really,
endorsements are 1,000 times better than a scripted one, I think.
I think the same applies for a brand that's trying to sort of sell products. It's these days, you know, you've got to sort of portray an honest message, because, you know, people will catch you out. Is social media is sort of about portraying yourselves. Is kind of why we want to do these sort of shows. Look, this is who we are. This is what we sell. You've got a problem with anything, we'll sort it out for you. And you know, just enjoy it. Have fun with the community. We're meeting so many great people just because we sell a makeup brand. You know, it's it's phenomenal, really, all this social media. So
exactly, it's amazing.
Yeah. We wanted to sort of touch on a recent article that you've had as well in the Cosmopolitan. Is it just on the website, or is that going into the print as well?
Yeah, it was on the website. The website is updated daily, so it's very, very fast. It's very fast articles, fast news. As soon as it comes in, it gets put on there. Whereas the print edition, it's actually monthly. So a lot of the stories that are on there are more thought out pieces in terms of very forward thinking about the articles, whereas this one, the particular one that's on there now, that one was just for the website to help with their support of BEAT, which is a charity which helps to promote eating disorders and awareness of it, and also helping people that have got them.
Yeah. How did you feel having to write in a topic so personal to you? Was it hard?
No, it wasn't actually. It was quite good, and it was good to kind of get rid of years of kind of thoughts about it. And it's really, really strange. It's like when you've got a problem with something, if you write it down or you tell somebody about it, as soon as you've told somebody about it, you feel much happier because you feel like you've got it off your chest almost. So for me, it was laying my past to rest by writing it and getting it out there. And the response has just been amazing. The other, as well as getting emails from, like say, PR companies and so on, and designers and whatever, I've been getting a lot of messages from people that have either suffered with it or are suffering with it. So it's great that I can use my past to help people in their futures now and make sure they don't go down the path that I went down for quite a numerous years, actually.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was an amazing article for you to write, and it was very honest piece of writing. I thought it was brilliant, and I knew even from when I stumbled across the article on Cosmo online, it was the #1 most popular one when I was looking. So obviously I wasn't alone in thinking it was a fab article to read. So I think you did very, very well with that article.
Well, I didn't even know that it had got to #1. I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware that there was a polling system in place for the website.
Well, it was just
it was my friend's girlfriend that had told him that then told me.
Oh, amazing.
So then I went and checked and saw that it was #1, and that took me aback a bit, actually.
I can imagine.
And then when it slipped to #2 a couple of days later, I thought, it's still good because it still means that while if it was #1, the amount of hits that they get a day to have helped that many people, it's just amazing. It really is amazing, and that's the beauty of writing. It's if it can be emotive and help people, whether it is just from things like beauty or fashion to something a bit more serious like that, it's still a great thing, and it's a great honour to be able to do it for somebody like Cosmo.
Yeah, no, and the campaign is still there on the screen at the moment at #4. So it's obviously something that has struck a chord with people, and it seems like a really good thing for them to be supporting as well. So you can see it just there. So people, still reading up, and I think that article takes through to yours as well. So. No, really inspiring stuff, Craig. And we've had a few bloggers that have come on and talked about how by starting their blog, it's sort of helped them gain personal confidence. But then when people start feeding back on stuff that they're writing and how it's helped them gain confidence or, empowered sort of like others in a way, it makes it, I guess, all sort of worthwhile, really. It's... really, it's been really great talking to you and getting an insight.
What are the plans for the future then, Craig? What have you got coming up?
I've got quite a few articles coming up with Vanity Hype and Varda coming soon with regards to fashion and as well music as well. Because of course music is integral for inspiration when it comes to things like collaborations with beauty, hair, fashion. It's all part of the same creative industry. So I've just done an interview with Kiva Lynch, actually, from Bewitched, speaking about all the big reunion that they did last year, and speaking about the current series. So that'll be coming out with Varda magazine next week. Wow. I've also done a couple of pieces with a designer called Antonio Marquez and another guy as well called Simon Nygaard, who is a jewellery designer and model. So they'll all be coming out within the next month, but a lot more to come, a lot more writing to come.
Amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I can see some, I'm just being shouted at that I have questions for you. So before you go, I'm going to throw a few questions at you. We've got people wanting to know where you're from, because we've got Sarah Hoyes. She's organising a blogger event up north, so I think she's eyeing you up to be attending that one. So yeah, you can. She's in the chat stream on the YouTube channel, so perhaps you could speak to her as well. But I'm just waiting for the guys to send some questions through. We've got quite a few people watching.
Whereabouts are you from, Craig?
I'm actually from Sheffield, so I am from up the north as well.
Ah, excellent.
Amazing. Beginner's Beauty Blog is asking, what can you recommend for smaller blogs to do so that they get their blog name to stand out? Would it be social media that you say, just get on it?
Yeah, social media. A lot of people these days, it's hard to gain Twitter followers and keep them. It's really, really hard because it's something that people have to be interested in every single day. So I would then jump back to something, say, like Facebook. So guaranteed these days, a lot of people will have more than 200 friends on Facebook. Again, it's really good for self-promotion. All you have to do is send links to people, to your articles, get people to share them, get to share them with friend, word of mouth. It's all about just promoting yourself and making sure that your work gets out there. So I would just advise that people try different avenues, such as Twitter and Facebook, and just be cheeky, just approach people, even if somebody is a celebrity or something and you think maybe you'd like to do a piece on them. The more pieces you do on people like that, the more followers they've got, which then when they retweet your work, that means more exposure for you. So you just have to be clever. It's good exposure for you and that person as well. So just approach people, tweet people, and just don't take no for an answer, basically.
That's great advice.
Definitely. One more question for you. We've got Beginner Beauty Blog again asking, what do you look for when you're reading a blog or a piece of writing? What jumps out at you, if it's particularly good?
It has to be quite visual as well as informative as well, because there's nothing worse than countless pages, reading through pages and pages and pages and pages of writing, because that's all good and well, that's really, really great, but at the end of the day you need an end product, and the end product is how that article looks. So it's really, really important that you get really, really strong visuals in there as well. And just that your passion comes across as well, because a lot of people have different writing styles, and it's important to find that style that's right for you. A lot of people's personality can come out with writing, and that's where you need to be mindful of who you're writing for and your writing style as well.
Definitely. Fab advice. Well, it's been fab having you on the show, Craig. Thank you very much for joining us. I think you've given a really great insight into your world and the world of writing.
Absolutely. Really, really inspiring stuff, Craig, and really appreciate it. And we'll hope to sort of keep connected on the social media sphere, and we'll definitely sort of be following and retweeting future articles as well.
Definitely. So keep in touch.
Brilliant. Thank you. Well, enjoy the rest of your night anyway.
We will. Excellent. And you. Have a fab weekend.
Take care now.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh no, that was really great. It's it is great to hear have these Skype calls. I absolutely love it. We could do this all the time.
I know. It's
great to hear. For me, sort of a brand owner and sort of trying to do this sort of stuff with Beauty Crowd TV, it is good to hear how a sort of blogger is, thinking, or how even a professional sort of writer is, thinking about, really getting out there and making themselves known with the PR companies, with the brands, writing great quality content, and then sort of, just keeping it rolling, really. That's, quite inspired actually by Craig there to myself. Start getting in touch with more PR companies.
Be cheeky.
Tell them about Beauty Crowd, and
we need to be cheeky.
More products on these tables for us to chat to you guys about. Maybe even sort of get products out to you guys.
So you guys be cheeky as well. Everyone get cheeky.
Maybe if we all unite and be cheeky together, then
we can start a revolution. It'd be beautiful.
Don't know for art.
Blogger samples. What more sort of transparent way than to do it on Beauty Crowd? So everything's out in the open. These are samples. These are real people's thoughts on the products.
What more do you want than that?
Absolutely brilliant. So maybe they just want a few more thousand viewers, but we'll get there. We'll get there, brands. Stick with us. So that was Craig, and Harry, I'm sure, will tweet out you know, his links and things like that as well.
Take a look at what
we'll put them in the box below for you to watch afterwards.
For sure.
That yeah, we did end up sort of chatting a little bit longer there to Craig than we first thought, but that's absolutely fine.
He was definitely a fab guest that we to have on the show.
It was great to hear him mention then the visual side of things as well.
Exactly.
You know, it's about writing. I thought, oh, that ties in nicely with, you know, Nick here today.
Exactly.
And
I can also hear a fellow graphic designer, Naomi, rejoicing around the corner about the importance of visual design as well. I think, you know, it's good. You've got to give credit. You've got to have strong writing and you've got to have great images. It's like two perfect mixtures.
It all goes hand in hand, all the media together. And we've actually been having a branding meeting today about the BC website, which is in construction at the moment. We've got interesting sort of wireframes. We've got live chat windows, product feeds coming up underneath this. Loads of stuff there. I don't want to sort of go into too much detail, but yeah, we're going to be sort of like going for a whole sort of branding exercise. Our in-house designers Nick and Naomi have you know, been inspired today by looking at loads of different blogs. We've taken inspiration from blogs as well, so you guys, your work has actually inspired us in terms of the website that we want to build for you as well. So
definitely.
Yeah, it's what should we go to next? Should we go Skype guest? Do you want to go through this sort of product that Nick's got here?
I think we take a look at this. We've got some questions that have come through for Nick as well about some photography. So we take a little move on to the photo side of things. If you want to show them amazing pop-up tent, do I need to move the computer? Is it going to be in the way?
I think we'll be all right because I'll shift the camera to one side.
I'll just lean it forward.
Because basically what I wanted to take a look at was cheap ways of having like a home studio set up, because obviously not everyone can afford the most expensive lights and cameras and equipment, so but you don't need to spend that much to get nice pictures. You can do it really affordably. So one of the first ones I wanted to talk about, and actually a product that Naomi got me for Christmas.
What a great gift!
Brilliant gift. She's right on the money with that, I think. Is the Konig portable studio.
Amazing.
It's a square bag like this.
Kind of hoping it could
believe
be
it or not.
Backpack.
Inside of here, you've got a tripod to put your camera on, 2 lights, and a diffuser tent as well.
So we got a couple of questions coming in. Kina Rileska is saying, when I take pictures of makeup, the colours look different on the pics than they are in real life. How to fix it? Is a light box and lighting well a way to sort of fix that? Yeah,
basically, something like a light box is really good to control your light. But obviously, all cameras, the temperature of your images will turn out different on different cameras. So it's important to have some form of software to be able to correct what your camera might do to the pictures as well. So I mean, one that the most obvious ones is like Photoshop Elements, because it's quite affordable. I think it's what, £65,
something like that.
Sounds a bit scary when it comes to like, oh, I got to go in now and get software and change all the lighting of things. Is it sort of quite easy when you do get into
especially the Photoshop Elements is really easy. The toolbar layout is really easy with all of those pieces of software that they've got. You can easily change your saturation, the hue of images to correct the colour. Lots of colour correcting tools there as well. So use your eye, have the product in hand once you're taking a picture, and just match up what you're seeing on screen with what the actual colour of the product is. So you know the swatches that you're putting up are going to be correct then.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Excellent. Yeah.
So yeah. Well.
So in this kit you get 2 lights.
Yeah, you get 2 lights. They're spotlights with halogen bulbs in them. But the bulbs themselves have kind of a blue tint inside. I don't know if you can see that on the screen there. Yeah. So basically what that does, when the light's on, it makes the light that it...
That was cool.
Looks pretty nice.
It gives off. I'll do that again because I did it while I was speaking.
Looks like something out of Wall-E.
Yeah, so basically that just corrects the temperature of the light bulb so it doesn't make things too warm and not look realistic.
They come with built-in stands.
And it comes with built-in stands that just pop out.
Look at that.
So yeah, really, I mean, obviously it's perfect for putting inside the bag. That makes it nice and compact, and you get 2 of them as well. So it's brilliant. You put these on around the outside of the tent then, because obviously the material diffuses that light, so you don't get any harsh reflections from the halogen bulb that's in there then.
I think it was, I saw a blog, I'm pretty sure it was actually British Beauty Blogger last week, saying it was, she only just realised that lights went on the outside of Lightbox tent.
Yeah.
So even the pros can get it wrong.
You can use them on the inside of a tent as well, because even if you've got your light on the inside, the tent is a good way of stopping the reflections from your surroundings. If you've got a really reflective product, maybe like a perspex packaging, a lot of makeup is, if you're there with your camera, a lot of the time you'll see yourself, if you look closely, in a reflection on that product.
It's always quite fun, right? Like when you see a blogger is taking a photo of like a palette and then you can see them in the background like, hi.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's one thing. That's probably going to be quite loud, so try and be quick with that.
Quick and painless.
So inside there, you can see you've got some white wireframe fabrics, which you can pop up, and that is basically how you create your box.
Is that Velcro then?
You've got a little thin bit of Velcro.
That's pretty awesome.
Which seals that seam. And then there is...
Oh, that's the tripod.
There's a tripod. I forgot to take that out.
Tripod's on the floor.
So, and there is your box. So, perfect white little unit. You've got your lights on the outside there then.
Is it supposed to have a black background, or you can obviously move it around?
With this, you can have it different ways. If you want to, if you're shooting downwards, instead of putting a piece of card, you can just use this piece of fabric as your base then. If you want to backlight your shot, which a lot of the time I do, then you can use the tent this way round. So you've got a diffuser panel.
You
on
can
the back
have card or something coloured underneath.
And that is what I tend to do. I've got lots of different coloured cards, and I'll just insert them in there. If it's a perspective shot, I'll fold it up the back as well then, so you don't get a seam where the card ends.
That's pretty nifty.
But yeah, it's
very nifty.
It takes no time to put it up.
And this setup then comes with a sort of tripod for your camera as well.
That's it.
And you know, I know it was a Christmas gift from Naomi, but how much was it? You know.
Well, obviously, I did have to look it up because of that, and I found the best price I found for it was about £30. I think that was on Amazon as well.
Yeah.
That's good. And are these lights? Sorry, Amy, are these lights enough, or are you sort of like suggesting that you use other lights to go with that as well?
Well, with a lot of things, they are enough, because you can pop one behind, and you don't have to use diffusers. If you need a bit more light, you can put one around your shooting area in the front there.
Right.
But I tend to, when I've used this, I had a go earlier on today. I use this in conjunction with a removable camera flash.
Right.
And that 3 lights is a
Have we got examples of those pictures that you took today?
Yeah, there's some on the TriCast on the system that we can bring up. So
quite a lot of people are asking about
that I made earlier.
Cool.
Just use the 2 lights there with the was it the 50-piece palette?
Yeah,
L50-piece palette.
In all its glory, there, looking good. Oh, look at that! You're very good at setting out the old the pile of pigments
accidentally
there.
fallen but planned fallen.
Fair play to you, Nick. That looks great.
So there you can see the setup I used to take that picture.
Have you done any correction to that afterwards?
All I did was I put it on. I gave it a bit of a contrast boost and a little bit of dust in, because that is a perspex product there. So that's using Photoshop.
Looks amazing. A lot of people are asking where to get it. I know we've mentioned Amazon. There will be a blog up tomorrow with all of the links as to where you can buy this product from, and the other ones that we'll be talking about, like the light that Nick's got on the camera as well. Yeah. So that will be on the blog. So
I'll
you'll
talk
be
about
able
that
to
quickly as well.
Take
Actually,
a look.
it was in one of the shots then. This is by Mikey, which is a Chinese brand. And it's a LED ring flash. You got 32, I think, LED bulbs in here, and it's removable from your lens as well. And again, this is only £20–30 on Amazon. I think they have it on Amazon. And there's loads of different settings with the light as well. You can have it constantly on. There you go, you can see it there.
That's pretty intense.
It is really bright, yeah. This flash is designed for macro photography, so it's perfect for
the close-ups.
the close-ups, but what I've also found is quite nice for portrait photography as well, because I don't know if you've seen some of the images you see, fashion images, there'll be a ring. If you look at the reflections in the model's eyes, there'll be a ring, and that's what creates it basically. It's
do people target that? Do they do that on purpose to get the ring lined up?
It looks quite nice in the photo. I'm not sure what it is, but it does look quite nice when you've got, instead of a load of little dots where lights have been dotted around the studio, you've just got this nice big ring that goes round the
Insider secrets now.
Then. So this is what you're seeing basically, a variation of this flash. But that's really cool. You've got lots of different. You can turn it down if you want to. You can have it so it just flashes because obviously it's attached there. But you can also remove this really easily as well. So
and then
if you
use
want
that somewhere.
to position it elsewhere, you can do. You don't even have to have this unit on the camera, you can have it behind. So
obviously you have to have the SLR sort of camera for that one to work. Are there ones that you can get for?
Any camera that's got a flash shoe in there. So a lot of compact cameras do have that attachment on there as well. They mostly put a little plastic insert in there so it doesn't catch anything. But
how does that sort of the light go in front of a compact camera? You just hold it there, do you?
Well, with this one, you've got lots of different attachments with this.
That's good. Yeah.
So you've got this which threads onto the lens. With compact cameras now, more and more are getting a thread on there, so you can put a UV filter for your photography there. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't necessarily need to be attached. You can just use it as an extra portable light then.
Excellent.
In your shot. So with the pictures I took today, I used a combination with that and this tent. Yeah, that's
amazing.
Kind of
I know there's a lot of like make your own light tent sort of blogs out there and different pieces, and you know, some of those I guess are pretty good. Like there's one on my screen at the moment which has just been tweeted into the show. I think it was Leah, is that right, Aria, on Twitter?
Oh, look at that.
This is one that Harriet's actually found on there, but
there we go.
you know, Harriet can tweet that one out. But so there's, you know, how to build it. I think this guy's are from the States. They're Home Depot, but yeah, they've made it a sort of out of a cardboard box with the cat's involvement as well there.
Oh, I see what they've done. Yeah, very clever. Yeah. So you cut out the sides.
You are a DIYer.
And then you replace those panels
with fabric.
With fabric or I guess a paper.
That's nice. And even those sort of lights that they're using there, they're relatively inexpensive, aren't they? Sorry, I'm scrolling quickly, but
yeah,
they're relatively inexpensive and they give you a little bit more power perhaps than
yeah, I mean they're quite good lights because you've got reflective surface within the hood, so you get a lot more diffused light, and they take energy saver bulbs, those type of lights as well, so they won't shock your electric bill.
Keena's saying that she's loving this episode, so big shout out to Keena. She loves taking pictures and's loving this episode. So
hi Keena.
Glad you're enjoying.
We've had a tip from Frozy Rose as well, saying if you want a plain white background, she uses 2 pieces of A2 paper, one on the floor and then one as the background. So she just places that with, she hasn't got a light tent. So
that's quite good.
There's ways. I know I've seen you before, if you get the curve, isn't it? So you don't have the seam in the back.
I tend to go to like an obvious one's hobby craft, but any kind of craft shop or stationery shop, you get the area where they've got shelves of cards. I think they're like A1 in size or maybe even A0, but they're perfect then because they're more than big enough to give you your ground surface area, but then you get that nice curve for the back surface as well then, so you don't have to worry about any seams. You've got constant colour or constant surface to shoot on. So
perfect.
That's what I do.
Amazing. So all sorts you can go for. I know before we've spoken about wrapping paper and all sorts. So
oh yeah, different background textures. Yeah, wrapping paper, wooden textures, chopping boards.
Chopping boards, see.
Yeah.
Rug, fine.
Rug, yeah, you could.
Beach towel as it's been described.
It's a beautiful rug.
Lime beach towel.
But no, some good tips there, and you don't have to spend a fortune. I think that's the thing, to get creative. You can.
I said both of these are around £30, so for 60 quid you can get a pretty decent setup for your mini studio photography.
That's excellent advice.
Wonderful.
Okay, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm quite keen to sort of go over to our American correspondent, try and call in her now, Adriana Michelle, over in Los Angeles. I'll give her a call on Skype. I don't know if we can briefly run over the competitions, because don't forget, guys, we have got opportunity to win that lovely makeup from Daisy Mae, and also you can win the e.l.f. products by keeping your questions coming in for Nick. Yeah. And obviously retweeting the link to this video and the live stream at the moment. That's it helps us get views afterwards. Yeah, you can, you know, loads of prizes there that'll be announced on the blog tomorrow.
Definitely, there's lots going on.
Definitely click subscribe. I guess many of you guys who are following are already subscribers, so thanks very much. But please do click subscribe. Bear with me a second, guys.
Just setting up.
So I think we'll pop onto the competition video, so you could take a look about how to get involved today. And when we do that, we'll come back and talk to Adriana shortly. So we'll see you in a couple of moments.
Hi Adriana, how are you?
Hi guys.
It's great for you to join us again for the third week in a row. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back, especially being able to see that cool, you know, box and I don't even know what it's called. You guys have to share all that information with us because that is amazing. Thank you, Nick.
That's okay.
Yeah,
glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll definitely get all that stuff out. It's sort of a bit of a roundup today. If you've been watching the whole show, it's kind of a reflection on, you know, our sort of 10 weeks here and meeting sort of people like yourself and getting these connections and just, yeah, just trying to sort of share a little bit back about blogging and things like that. But do you do much product photography yourself for your blog? Or?
I do, but not as professional as that. I usually just try to find a good place in my home where it's a flat surface and the lighting is good, and I just take the photo and just make the best out of it. I usually use different programs, different applications to enhance like the lighting or just to enhance the picture to the best of quality.
Brilliant.
And you know, that works as well, doesn't it? You know, sometimes, you know, blogging for a lot of people takes up a lot of time, and sometimes, you know, you want to just get a good picture of a product, get it out there, and you know, that works as well. And it's, you know, we're just it's not, it doesn't have to be as sort of professional in this, and the price of some of these things, if people want to sort of make a step up, then these things are really affordable. But yeah, we're really keen to sort of find out how you got on this weekend at the Oscars. We did see your picture that you sent through of you looking very glamorous, I should say, on the red carpet. Absolutely there. Gorgeous. I've got the picture on my screen now. Beautiful dress that you chose.
Thank you. It is a Sue Wong design, and Sue Wong is a fashion designer based here in Los Angeles. And her dresses are very whimsical, they're very romantic, and they're inspired by the 1920s. Okay. So they all have that 1920s era look, that great Gatsby glamour look, and I absolutely adored this dress. It looked great on the red carpet at the party.
Yeah, you just certainly looked fabulous. I think we've got a little I know you sent a video through on Instagram as well of like a recap of your night, so we'll be sharing that with everybody as well. So you got some definite celebrity spots in there as well.
Yeah, I had my camera at the entire party because the after party was a really, really big party in Beverly Hills. And there were a lot of people and a lot of celebrities. I don't know if you would like me to name the celebrities now or later, but it was a really big event. James Cameron, super movie producer, he was the keynote speaker of the event. and there was celebrities like Paris Hilton, Tyrese, Halle Berry, Charlize Theron, Reverend Run, other celebrities who came out to support and walk the red carpet and show their attendance.
It's pretty amazing.
So is the shot there that where you're on the red carpet, is that actually from the actual Oscars awards themselves, or was
no,
this
was actually
party?
an Oscar after party.
Excellent.
And what this after party was, it was a kind of like a charity organization party. The event was called Fame and Philanthropy, a Oscar party after. And what this organization does, it helps build a relationship between charities and celebrities in order to fundraise and spread awareness through people of influence to help these charities.
Excellent.
So that's why so many different celebrities were able to come out and support this, not only because it was for the Oscars, it was also for a really good cause.
Excellent. Whereabouts was this event hosted?
It was hosted at the Vineyard in Beverly Hills. And what they did, it was at the top of a hill, the very top of the hill in Beverly Hills. And they had very large tents, really, really big. And there was so many people that came out to the party. It is very exclusive, but the organizations that throw this party, they have a lot of contacts. So they invite all the influencers, the tastemakers, trendsetters to come out to these tables, to come out to these organizations, or the event. And they also invite a lot of people that want to come and donate or buy certain tables for the party to have that donated to charity.
Yeah. So they're actually fundraising at the event. They're raising awareness for future fundraising, making a lot of connections, and obviously celebrating the Oscars at the same time. No, it sounds absolutely brilliant. And how is the weather over there? Is it warm at the moment, or?
Yeah, it's warm. We had a couple of rain showers over the weekend, which everybody in LA was going crazy about, because we don't get too much rain here. Yeah. And when we finally do get rain, everybody just freaks out. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it seems to have been, you guys are a lot more settled than what your sort of fellow country people have been receiving over in New York and on the West Coast, I guess, isn't it? You know, I should say East Coast. Yeah, some guys been struggling over there, so. Yeah. You guys are very lucky out in LA.
Fortunately, we are. The East Coast gets a lot more rain, a lot more snow. The West Coast, it really stays sunny for the majority of the time. So we're really lucky.
Amazing. Going back to Oscars night, we've got some questions coming in, and people want to know who was the most gorgeous person in your opinion that you saw on your night and on the red carpet, or at the event that you went to, and what were they wearing? What did they look like?
Well, let's see. If we want to talk about Oscar night at the Oscars, I think my favorite, let me get my phone so I can remember which one. It had to be, her name's Lupita Nyong'o, and she won Best Supportive Actress. Yeah. I believe it was a supportive actress for 12 Years a Slave for that movie. Yeah. And she looked amazing in this like powdery light blue, very whimsical. I believe it was a Prada dress. And she looked absolutely breathtaking. If you happen to Google or YouTube her Oscar speech, when she walked up to the stage, her dress just flowed so elegantly. She just looked so incredible, and she happened to be just my favorite. There were a lot of others who looked amazing as well, like Kate Hudson. She was wearing, I think it was a Versace gown with shoulder pads, white, beautiful, very classy, very elegant, very chic. And when it came to the actual after party, when I saw Paris Hilton, when I ran into her, she just, I don't know, I'm not sure what dress she was wearing, but she looked amazing. She was wearing this very form-fitting dress, champagne color with a sequin, and she just looked like a Barbie doll.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
She always looks great, though, to be fair. I'm just trying to sort of search her at the Fame and Philanthropy event to see if we could actually to bring up her dress. I'm sure she's been on Twitter getting things out there. Did you know, does sort of, when you go to an event like this, and obviously there are so many sort of like A-list celebs there, you know, and all the sort of the Hollywood elite and things like that are there. Do certain stars still have like a sort of more of a buzz around them? Or I'm sure when everyone's sort of in the room chatting, it's sort of like, well, we're all famous here, so it's, you know, quite relaxed. Or do certain sort of people still command the room a bit more?
Bit diva.
Well, there is diva-ness there. There is. They have, like, let's say, Charlize Theron, Paris Hilton, Halle Berry at the party. They are surrounded by their security. So their security really watches them to the best of their ability, so nobody kind of like mistreats them or does anything that's going to basically harm their image. And Paris Hilton is a little bit of a diva because I ran into her at the party that night, and her diva-ness came out, so I wasn't too happy about that. But
I think I've got her dress on the screen now, actually, if this is the right one.
And take a little look.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it there, yeah. So Reveal magazine over here picked up on that. Looks like she did it in her.
She worked it.
Hair looks great.
Yeah, her hair. I was a huge fan of her hair. It was so pretty.
Amazing.
So I think was Elton John at the ball, or is that another party that I'm reading about here?
You know, I didn't see him, and I didn't hear about him being there, but I could be wrong.
Well,
I
think it's probably safe to say if Elton was at the ball, then everyone there was going to hear about it. So he's one of those sort of flamboyant characters, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've sort of picked up from what we saw from this side of things about the Oscars was that it was definite natural palette when it came to both makeup and dresses. Was that the same from what you saw, and both in the after party and on the red carpet? Was it very neutral and very natural?
Yes, it seems like everything, all the colors are very neutral, very natural, and so was the makeup. I believe it was Kate Blanchett who had a very natural nude face. It didn't seem like she was wearing any color, but it still looked really good. And I guess that is the the trend this season. So everybody looks amazing, flaunting it.
Amazing, yeah, definitely. People were looking fabulous from what we saw, and especially when you take a look at Paris Hilton, she's gone for the neutral, the natural colours as well.
Yeah,
but,
I've got a picture of Halle Berry here, stood in front of the same backdrop as yourself there. So you really were rubbing shoulders with all the A-listers. It must have been great, you know, from obviously our previous conversations of you switching over to actually being on the red carpet rather than reporting on it. So it really must be great to go to all these events.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And now I'm still doing I said I wasn't going to do too much of the interview, but I think hand in hand with just what I do over here. So there are times where there's an event where it's I can get in as a celebrity interviewer, and I think that's a good move or a good way to go for me for that event. I'm going to take it, because if I feel like I'm going to get some good interviews, I will do it. If I feel like another event is a good just me opportunity for me where I can get on the red carpet and I can get the exposure, I will go that route. So I have a lot of flexibility and a lot of different options, which is really nice. So I'm really happy to be able in both areas of this industry.
Yeah. No, it sounds like a great opportunity for for both sides of things. So is it sort of like, you know, you're obviously progressing in your career now? Are you going to be pushing to do more sort of interviewing and push your sort of a media profile? And you know, what's your sort of plans going forward in the...
Well, right now I really want to focus on maximizing YouTube. My goal is to create a lot of videos, or just videos in general, talking about beauty products and all the different brands and companies that I'm involved with or I have relationships with. I love representing products and I love representing brands, and so I want to be able to continue doing that, but also create a bigger and larger audience to where they are introduced to all these different products and all these different companies that I have relationships with, because they're great products and I love sharing them. So I just really want to grow my viewership on YouTube, and I just started this week filming how-to videos, and I filmed a how-to video for how I did my hair for that night. I called it How to Get Hollywood Glamour Hair at Home.
Amazing.
And I filmed how I did my hair for that evening's event. So as I go to these events and wear these different gowns, do my hair in different styles, as well as my makeup, I would love to film that and showcase and show people at home how they can get the same look.
That sounds amazing. Yeah. It's certainly something that I think is really interesting from like my side of things personally. I'm not sure about you two, but when you see people on the red carpet and it's like, oh my God, how did you do your hair? And it's like just taking that look at your picture there, and it's like, wow, your hair looks incredible. Just to see an easy step-by-step of how you've created that at home, because I think you naturally assume, oh, you know, you've gone to a salon and you've had the you know, all the different treatments under the sun. But I'd look forward to see that video.
Yeah, I've got your YouTube page on my screen at the moment. Definitely get over there and check it out. And you know, it sounds like we're on a bit of a similar wavelength at the moment, because that's exactly what we're trying to do with Beauty Crowd. We've done like 4 videos we did yesterday. We're trying to sort of review more products, bring bloggers' reviews into things, host interviews with people like yourself. So Adriana, it's been absolutely great chatting with you. We've only got sort of half an hour left in the show, so
he's got to run away with that.
If we wrap it up, and maybe I'll get in touch with you personally this week, and we can have a bit of a chat on, you know, maybe aligning our sort of efforts going forward, because we love hearing how things are going over there in Los Angeles.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I can't wait to hear from you, and you guys have a great rest of your show. I'll see you guys next time.
Adriana, take care. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, brilliant. The Oscars sounds really great, doesn't it?
Sounds so glamorous.
Very jealous.
It does, it does.
Who knows, next year we could be doing live from the red carpet. Who knows?
Who knows, who knows. The technology exists. So.
You'll be there. Lovely dress. Who are you wearing?
I'll have to get some bling for my hat if we go over there, for sure.
God,
need to match up the hat, go for a full Baron attire. Maybe with a stick.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, we're it's, you know, it's really it's brilliant connecting. Like, you know, just from the efforts that we've been doing on Beauty Crowd, we've got like more guys sort of in the pipeline. We're talking on Twitter regularly, and you know, sometimes we just sort of like, we've been having like some lengthy conversations with different bloggers, and it is about sort of, you know, meeting with people's schedules and when they can come on live and different things like that. So I think our strategy over the next few weeks is definitely going to be more sort of regular shows, maybe more bite-sized sort of snippets. You know, if a blogger is only available to chat to us on a Tuesday afternoon, then let's do it live then, and then it's creating a pre-recorded video that you guys can enjoy and watch back. You know, we do realise that we're sort of putting out a 2-hour show here, and I can see that the viewership has been around 24 people live. You know, the dedicated followers, we really appreciate it, even though, you know, it's as long as some of these feature-length movies, so I can't see us winning
any
Oscars.
Oscar.
But
you never know.
So yeah, still to come. Obviously, we got the competitions. Do keep tweeting and getting your entries in to win the makeup and obviously the jewellery from Daisy Mae. Don't know if Gary is able to sort of bring that up in the screen in the next couple of seconds, so we can just show the designs and the hashtags of the jewellery.
Yeah, there we go. So don't forget to tag us in the tweet. Go to the site, pick the product that you're absolutely in love with at the moment. Share that along with the hashtag, and also tag in Beauty Crowd. And yeah, we'll be picking a winner.
Yeah, and I think our blogger of the week actually this week was introduced to us
yes.
through the jewellery connection.
She was, yeah. Georgia was actually highlighted to us by Daisy Mae Jewellery, and she's got an absolutely gorgeous blog.
Yeah.
So yeah, we took a look at her blog and definitely think she was deserving the title of blogger of the week. But yeah, she's got some gorgeous photography on as well, so it'd be quite cool to speak to her about what her setup as well. On top of that as well, obviously the theme tonight is bloggers and how you can make the most of your blog. So one of another blogs that we wanted to give a shout out to was about monetizing your blog.
Yes, of course,
and that was from Michaela from Miss Budget Beauty. She's done a blog about how all the different types of things that you can do to monetize and earn a little more from your blog. And obviously, you know, Beauty Crowd is something that we're looking to monetize as well. So we know to keep it going, we've got the affiliate links, which you guys are aware of. So if you do see a product featured in the show or in any of the shows that come from Beauty Crowd, there will be an affiliate link below where you can go and shop and take a little look around. So yeah, Michaela goes into a bit of detail about all the different ways. There's some of which I was completely unaware of that she's highlighted.
And I'm sure like other bloggers maybe know sort of stuff better than us, especially if they're getting approached and things like that by brands. But yeah, she's just come out with a really simple blog September last year on how to monetize your blog. Number one, blog collectives. Glam Media is one example there. So I guess, you know, Glam Media, from my understanding, is a sort of a media company which obviously reaches out to bloggers and in the community, and I guess they act as a bit of a mediator between the PR companies and the bloggers, and you know, they basically offer sort of paid work, if I'm right about that.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be like. So obviously they have you on their database. They're like, right, we know this blogger can review this kind of products and puts things in the hands of the right people. There was one which actually was completely new to me, which was the skim links, which I thought was quite interesting. And from what Michaela writes and from what I've read about it, it's literally, you don't have the fuss and palaver of creating affiliate links for every product that you review. Just simply putting a link through to the website with the images, which most bloggers do anyway. Skim links automatically highlights that blog as a driver of traffic and takes that through. So it seems if you're not that kind of, if you want something a bit quick, or if you're not that adventurous when it comes to creating different short links and all the rest of it, it seems like an easy option.
You know, it does seem like a lot of the ways, you know, they require a little bit sort of more effort, but just going back to the blog there, I've clicked through to this skim links thing, but you know, then they're the sort of the basic things that you can do with AdSense, switching on monetization if you've got a YouTube channel, using AdSense, which then in turn sort of like delivers up cookie sort of based adverts. You can see, like from my screen today, that I've been searching or looking at the Body Shop brand today, and earlier on there was some laptop tables that we've been looking at here to make laptop access a little bit easier on the shows. But yeah, there seems to be loads of ways. Obviously AdSense, you can go for direct advertising. I've seen a few bloggers sort of offering other bloggers just for a tenner to advertise on their blog for a week. You know, approaching brands themselves, especially if you're a targeted blog. Don't feel afraid to sort of contact a brand. Like if someone contacts us here at ELF, they've got you know, a good following, a good brand, do we want to sponsor it? It's something that, you know, we have considered and have actually done a couple of times, but and sort of take each one on its own merit. Yeah,
exactly. A lot of the time, it's if you don't get a yes in the first instance, you know, always keep trying, because a lot of the time, you know, blogs, there's so many bloggers, you can pop off the radar a little bit. If you've done something you're particularly proud of, let the brands know again, go go back and you know, shout about what you've done. Like Craig was saying earlier, it's all about self-promotion, I think. So yeah, you never know what can come from just getting in touch with the brand and then exposing you to all those extra visitors, and then you can make some money from it.
And then there's affiliate programs such as Affiliate Window. That's one that we use, and they are, you know, they've got all the guys on there, especially for beauty. They've got everything from active beauty to feel unique, look fantastic, boots, HQ hair. You know, they've really got all the sort of the major brands. They have Superdrug, House of Fraser. You know, pretty much, you know, you'd struggle not to find the beauty product that you're talking about on Affiliate Window. So they're definitely one worth signing up for. Register your blog with them, and you know, start to sort of use these affiliate links. There's nothing sort of really wrong if you're talking about that product anyway. I know some people like to sort of be upfront and say I'm using affiliate links, but I feel that there shouldn't be that stigma. There's nothing wrong with trying to monetize your blog in some way, even if it's purely just to make a few extra pound to fund your hobby. You know, it's it shouldn't be this sort of like big taboo.
That's the thing. If you make a little bit of money, you treat yourself to a light box. It's like, well, yeah, exactly. You know, this is what it's for. You can't, you know, it's a hobby. You're gonna wanna be earning something off it. I would imagine a lot of people do this out of their passion for the product or the brands, but I don't see any harm in it at all. And I mean, if you do want to declare it, then
it helps with like Twitter as well, doesn't it? Because the actual affiliate links are a lot shorter than if you're going to copy.
Oh, exactly. If you go
URL.
and you've got some huge link which is just over 140 characters anyway, you can't even tweet about it. So it helps an awful lot. Really, it does.
So in Affiliate Window you can create the short links and drop those in. You also have the ability within there to create sort of banners for your homepage. All these companies are emailing you every week as well to tell you what offers are happening, like HQ Hair doing 20% off GHD this week, and you know, all the emails that you get as a consumer, you actually get as an affiliate, with the angle of, right, you know, promote our deals and potentially, you know, earn some revenue from it, you know. And I'm not sort of promising anything, but you know, while we're on the subject, it's something that you know, Beauty Crowd, we are looking for contributions. We are looking to sort of up the volume and level of our content, whether it be doing like product reviews, review roundups, DIY videos, the same as Rapinda's done, you know, writing for our blog. You know, in the future, we hope to be able to offer money for you know, to pay people as contributors for the work that they're doing. But, you know, please do get involved. It's early stages yet. We can't promise anything. We can definitely promise some free elf products if you do contribute to us. But, you know, do stick with us, because the more we can sort of get this model working, get more content out there, the more we can create this sort of platform to give bloggers that opportunity to sort of progress and, you know, maybe earn some money from us, maybe, you know, get involved with live streaming that might in turn sort of, you know, result in something else. Yeah, get you down here. You know, if bloggers want to come down, we'll have to host an event soon, and we're planning that with the live show up in the Elf store. I know the Beauty Crowd guys from the group have been talking about the event for a while. I did promise it would happen in the first quarter. I would like to try and stick to that, even if it does sort of kind of go into the second quarter. We're planning to start the Elf Show on the 25th of March, and that's going to run every week. And we really want this event to sort of coincide with the Elf brand, because you know, it is how we've sort of created a lot of our relationships initially. So yeah, please do get involved, guys, and help us.
Definitely.
That's yeah, and yeah, there's a few articles on Miss Budget Beauty's blog about monetizing your blog.
She's a great resource for bloggers if you're looking for something, taking your blog up a gear. She's got a lot of things on there. One thing that we are also working on from our side of things is putting together a big resource list for bloggers. So bringing everything together, people like Miss Budget Beauty, to make it easier for people. So we'll be getting that up and running as soon as possible, so people will have a go-to place. I think if we take time to get in touch with Georgia, if she's already on Skype. We've had a couple of comments in about the monetizing thing, and a lot of people are saying that they do currently want to or already are doing it. So I definitely think it's something it's that next step in what bloggers seem to be wanting to do, and all the best for it, really. Rachel Lott is saying, if companies send me products, then I always give them a free review, as I take it as getting a free product as payment. So there is that way of seeing it as well. So it's like, right, okay, I've got this product for free, use it for a blog, and then you've got it then if you. So yeah, she's also saying that Google policies state that if you're getting paid for a post and have stuff on there other than Google ads to make money, then you must declare it, such as so Google can make your page rank to 0. Which I'm not sure about that. We'll have to take a look into that, because that sounds a little bit controversial, I guess, on Google's part. But we'll definitely have to take a look into that.
I'm not too sure about that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm really learning a lot about affiliate at the moment. So I think we've got Georgia on the line at the moment. Georgia, if you could please turn the stream off.
Yeah.
Thanks very much that you've been watching us on YouTube. We do appreciate that. I'm not sure if you can hear us at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Thanks so much for joining us. Have we got video contact at the moment, or are you just sticking with the voice? Here we go. I think it's loading.
There we go. Hi, Georgia.
Hi.
Hello. Congratulations on being Blogger of the Week.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the show. It's really great to have more Skype guests.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Which part of the country are you from?
I'm from London.
Pardon me?
I'm from London.
Oh, from London, is it? Okay, great. I noticed from your blog you've been enjoying your pancakes this week. A very nice recipe on there. I must admit, I forgot about Shrove Tuesday this week, so I'll have to
I didn't.
Next week.
I avoided it. I'm not a pancake fan. How terrible is that? I'm like the worst person ever. But yeah. So, Georgia, tell us a little bit about you. If you give everybody an introduction to you and your story of becoming a blogger.
Well, it started like quite a while ago, but I kind of like stopped doing it.
Okay.
Just because obviously I'd like just had a baby as well, so it kind of like just got really hectic, and I just kind of like just stopped doing it. And since the new year in January, I really wanted to start it again because I really missed it. And since January, it's just really, really like excelled loads, and I just really regret stopped doing it because it was like really like it wasn't consistent at all, and yeah, I just really wanted to start doing it properly again. So it's just like really nice.
How long did you stop for, and how old's your little one now?
Pardon?
I just wondered how long you'd stopped for, and how old your little one is.
Well, I started in April, and I would do like a blog post like maybe like once a month, but I really did want to try to do like once a week, but I just did ones every few months, and it just wasn't as consistent as I wanted it to be. And she's going to be 1 in 2 weeks.
Oh, brilliant. Congratulations. Amazing. I mean, I think it's a sort of a great excuse. I've got a son who's going to be 1 next Thursday, actually, and yeah, I can understand. You know,
your blog is really not.
Yeah, my blog never started, but you know, I can imagine.
You're ahead of Neil anyway.
It's you know, perfectly understandable. But it sounds great that you've been getting back into it now since in the new year, and seems to be going from strength to strength.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely great. And I know we heard about you from Daisy Mae. Have you the jewellery brand? Is that someone you know, or someone you've connected with over the social media?
Yeah, I sponsored some pieces from Daisy, and I've like featured them on like my Instagram, my blog posts from like one of my outfit of the days, and I just love all her pieces, and she's such a lovely person as well.
How did you get in touch with her? How did you meet her?
It was through Instagram. She contacted me to see if I could sponsor some of her jewellery.
Oh, okay.
That's absolutely wicked, yeah.
So it goes to show, if you're just putting yourself out there, brands will come to you as well, which is
yeah,
that's amazing.
And it sounds nice that it's sort of you think she's a really nice person. So it sounds great that you've got to know her personally and built up a bit of a relationship that way. We've got your Instagram feed on the screen at the moment. Wow, you've got 19,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Pretty incredible.
Your daughter's beautiful as well. This is a great Instagram. Have you found that to be a really great tool then for supporting your blog?
Yeah, definitely. It's really helped. A lot of my followers are a lot of my readers as well, which is so lovely because I also get comments on my photos about saying that they love the photos or they love this certain blog post, and I get loads of questions through it. So it's nice to have that as well as comments from my blog.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
awesome.
brilliant. 19,000 followers. That's extremely impressive.
Incredible.
Yeah, your photography is really strong. From looking through just your Instagram pictures here. Do you take all your pictures for Instagram on your phone, or do you use your a camera as well and upload them that way?
I use my iPhone sometimes, like that photo there, that was just from my iPhone, but mainly I do use a Canon 600D using my 50mm lens. And
brilliant.
I always use that for my blog photos as well.
Excellent. It's quite funny. That's a camera that I use as well. It's the one that's in front of me now. So, yeah, no, Canons are brilliant. They're really easy cameras to use as well, aren't they? So,
yeah,
the 50mm lens you're on about, I also quite like that. It's obviously it's quite affordable, isn't it? It's only about £70–80 that lens.
Yeah, it was a birthday present from my boyfriend, so I was pretty chuffed about that because I really wanted it.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of people buy the camera just for that lens because to get a lens of that type with other brands, it can be twice as much. So a lot of people do go with Canon for that. But yeah, no, they look brilliant. Looking through your blog here now, all your photography's very strong. So yeah, well done with that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we've had a small technical issue that our monitor in the studio here has just turned itself off.
We need Gary in from the control room to put it back on.
The remote control, I think, is in the studio there. Sorry, we've lost in the control room.
Like staring into a
just timed out, is it?
It has.
Ah, right, there we go.
It has. I'll have to get up, I think.
There we go.
Not yet.
Note.
You have to point it through the glass.
Bear with us, guys. One for the blue.
I don't know what people can see here.
Do you want me to go for it?
Go for it, Nick.
Because I'm not wired in like the others. So
mind the cables, health and safety.
It's easier.
Sorry about this, Georgia. It's pointless in us continuing when we can't see you.
Oh, okay.
Right, we should be coming back.
We'll be back soon.
Here we go. We've had the equipment set up for so long that the TV
there we go.
decided to die on us.
Thanks,
we've got you back now. Thanks for that, Nick. It's all completely live and unedited here on the show, as you can see.
Rough around the edges, all fine. So, Georgia, a little bit more about you. Like, what is your favourite? Obviously, you blog about everything from fashion to beauty. What's your favourite topic that you like to blog about, if you have one?
Definitely beauty, like more of like the makeup side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're studying beauty therapy at the moment. Are you studying beauty therapy at the moment?
Yeah, I've nearly finished that.
Amazing.
So I want to go back to uni to do hair and makeup for film and TV.
Okay.
I eventually do, like, obviously I want to become a makeup artist, hopefully.
Okay,
that's great.
brilliant.
Good luck with that. And do you find, like, beauty blogging, like, helps with that? Do you actually, seeing you've got quite a few sort of brands in here, are you in contact with many PR companies yourself, or do you
No.
Do you tend to just sort of blog about what you buy, is it?
Yeah, I just blog about what I buy. I mean, I haven't been sponsored by any companies other than jewellery companies, but no, like, makeup brands or anything.
Yeah. And have you do you try, because we were talking earlier about monetizing your blog, I see you've got a couple of AdSense up there, and
yeah.
Do you do anything other than that to try and monetize the blog?
No, I've seen like some blogs, like they do have little ad spaces for like people to like sponsor their like little companies or their blogs, but I don't do that at all.
No. Do you find that the AdSense you've got brings in much sort of revenue, or?
Not hugely. I've only had it up for a little bit. So it hasn't made like huge amount or anything.
But it's starting in
yeah.
little bits. That's great. You've got your blog up here. There really are some great images here, and you've done some
very good swatches.
Thank you.
I love them. I was looking at the Valentine's nail tutorial earlier today, and it's such a cute nail look that you did. which is nice because you see so many different versions on the Valentine's. When you see Valentine's theme come up, everyone goes for, you know, smoky eyes and all kinds of different hearts on nails. But I know when you did it with the French tip, I thought that was so cute.
Yeah, I saw it on a Tumblr, I think, and so I just decided to try and making my own. I add a bit of pink and glitter in it because I love those sort of types of nails.
It looked really, really nice. That was probably one of my favourites. I very much liked
thank you.
Wow. So yeah, it's been absolutely great. What have you got? What have you got planned to come up in the next couple of weeks? Have you got anything scheduled on the blog at the moment?
Well, what I've got coming up, I went to London the other day, so I've got a blog post about my trip there and obviously what I bought there, and I want to do a blog post of sort of what I did for my daughter's birthday, how we did everything. I've got a few makeup looks that I've got planned for, because I've got a lot of new makeup to try out and a lot of colours that I bought from Sugar Pill that I really am excited to play around with. So I've got a few looks that I'm inspired by to try out for a new blog post.
Sugar Pill's a cool brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Sugar Pill the same ones as the mini nail polishes, or they're different?
No, that's Dose.
That's Dose.
Yeah, Sugar Pill's different.
Oh, brilliant! Make sure you share those blogs with us. We'll definitely love to take a look and see what you've got to say. Also, with being Blogger of the Week, we will be sending you a little package of products on the way to you as a little congratulations from us.
Thank you for joining us.
So yeah, we'll be getting in touch and get your details off you as well. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. It's been fab having you on the show.
Yeah, and it says here that you were actually, inspired to start blogging by Carla Powell. Is that right?
Tongue twister.
Yeah.
Carla. Yeah. Was that just sort of one of the first bloggers you got into? And
well, I found an app called Beautylish, and it was all makeup stuff, so I was really into that, and I found Carla Powell on it and loads of her makeup looks, and then I found her Tumblr and I was just scrolling through all her photos and I was just amazed by them, and then I went onto her Instagram and her blog and I was just couldn't believe how amazing her makeup looks were, and then I saw that she went to beauty school and now obviously is a makeup artist, and it just really inspired me to actually instead of just keeping it as a hobby, just go forward and try make a career out of it, and just basically just do what she did, try and really follow your dream and really push for it.
Yeah. No, that's great to hear, because we were sort of asking the question earlier, for bloggers, is it about sort of making a career, is it a pastime? And I think there are lots of people like yourself who just think about following your dreams, doing something that you're really passionate about, and going for it. It is doable, and it's well worth trying. And from what I see on your blog and your Instagram, looks like you're on your way there, and you're training as well. So it's it's really, really great to see.
Definitely. What is also a bit of news is that we have got Carla Powell joining us in a couple of weeks. So make sure you tune in for that, because she will be doing a wearable editorial look with us.
That's amazing.
In a couple of weeks' time. So we're really excited to have her on the show.
So that's brilliant. Yeah, and that's a great connection we've made through doing these live streams. And I think we sort of connected with Carla because she works at Crown Brushes.
Yeah, we mentioned
she used to be
Crown
at
Brushes,
MUA, wasn't it? And then
so it was when we were talking with Heidi on the show. We were talking about Crown Brushes. Obviously, Carla is working closely with them, and I think is an ambassador, or I'm not sure the correct term, but yeah, works very closely with them. So yeah, she got in touch, and we're very excited to have her on the show. So yeah, make sure you join us for that one as well. I'm sure.
If you want, you can join us again on Skype, and you can tell Carla yourself, just how she's inspired you. I'm sure she'd love to hear it.
Oh my God, I'd love to.
Yeah, that would be fab. We'll definitely get you back for that one.
And anyone else who wants to get in touch and maybe have a Skype call with Carla, do get in touch. That would be really cool. But blog of the week, Georgia, it's been absolutely fabulous having you on the show. It's been really interesting reading your blog, and we hope to stay in touch, and we'll be following you on Twitter.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
And we'll be in touch soon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Oh, that's great.
That was brilliant.
It's absolutely brilliant having the Skype guests on. Yeah. Sorry, you're looking to you guys. Are just
I was on pins then. I thought you were going to say something really interesting.
Oh, something really powerful.
We've got quite a lot of people commenting on Georgia saying that she's really super sweet, and Nick, Naomi and Joe are saying that she looks like a dark-haired Isla Fisher. So that's a pretty good compliment.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it'd be quite cool to get it back on when Carla's on.
Yeah,
that would be really, really cool.
It would.
Yeah, we've had a tweet through from Kenya, who's actually taken a photo using some of Nick's tips, and she's done one with a pink lemonade shimmer and facial whip from Elf. So you can take a little look at that. That's up on my screen, Gary, if you want to have a look. If you can still connect to my screen.
It's on my screen as well, Gar.
Oh, there we are. It's on Nick's screen. So that's pretty good focus going on there.
Nice bit of depth of field going on there. It's good to see.
Beautiful.
Nice detail on the top there.
And natural lighting as well. That's also good with the swatches. So yeah, that's representing the colour of that quite well, isn't it?
Very well indeed.
Brilliant.
People are really loving the show. I think a lot of we're getting. Ashley is saying the show is so good. Leah on Twitter is saying all these tips are so brilliant, especially as I'm just starting up. The show is really great. So it's good to know that bloggers who have been doing this for a while are getting some good tips, and even though it's just starting out, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great to hear your guys' feedback, because you know we sit in here every week, trying to come up with new things, and obviously we've got like loads of sort of brands and things in the pipeline, but sometimes like we were supposed to sort of bring like Tan in a tent to you this week, but those guys couldn't quite make it down. So we're learning all the time that actually we need to start like sort of really planning things ahead here. So I wanted this show to be a bit more informal about the blogs, get Nick involved again, and really just episode 10, a massive thank you to everyone who has contributed so far. You know, look at all, and you think about it, all the different connections, the interviews we've had already, guys from the group, everyone from Ashley, Wendy, Nina, Miss LJ Beauty, you know, I reel off a low. We had guys from America, we had Miss Diva Makeup Queen on with Nina's beauty blog. You know, we've made loads of connections. We've had, of course, Heidi Scarlett King, huge shout out to Heidi.
We'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back. Obviously, we've had all the girls from the shop over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
You know, we've had Amari, we've had as well from Bristol, Jenny.
Yeah, we've had Jenny. We've had obviously Hannah's been up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have had Chelsea in the studio, but she did avoid the camera last time, so we'll be getting her up. And we've got also Amy from the store. We're hoping to get up sometime soon. So we're going to be getting all the girls up from the Elf store at one point, and we'll be definitely having more guests in the future. I think there's so many people. It's
been a great journey so far, guys.
It seems like we've done a lot more than 10 shows, doesn't it?
It does.
It does seem a lot, you know.
We've even had the girls from customer services on, and Naomi. Yeah. I'm forgetting about the people, even you.
We're yet to get Joe on, though, so that is our big one. I think she's
going to be a toughie.
We'll have to get you on soon, Joe. It's, you know, it's only a matter of time, really. But
we'll have to do a surprise show. And be like, no, we're not live.
It's not if, it's when.
Although earlier that didn't even work, getting around the right side of the camera, so who knows.
So keep your questions coming in for Nick. That is actually going to be the competition that will obviously roll on till tomorrow. Nick has got a few things. It is his birthday on Saturday, so you're off tomorrow and Monday. Yeah. So next week we'll have to sort of get Nick blogging and picking up all the comments and questions that you guys have been asking.
Keep you busy for weeks with all the questions coming through.
Yeah, brilliant.
We've had a comment from Sarah Hoy saying you guys have done amazing in 10 weeks. The setup, the concept, the ideas are all great. So thank you, Sarah. Guys, that means an awful lot.
It does, and hopefully we'll, you know, be bringing more improvements. We've got like set designers actually working on the look and feel of our set here to give us more diversity to do different styles of shows. But really, I keep on about, I can't emphasize enough, like your contributions, you guys getting involved, showcasing your blogs. I'm also quite keen to pioneer almost a sort of audition for other presenters, whether you co-host via Skype or even if you're able to make it down here to Swansea and get involved with actually presenting. We've got a fantastic relationship with a professional presenter, and we're all really looking forward to meeting tomorrow Ray Carpenter, who's a professional sort of actor. She's been in Casualty, she does lots of stuff for S4C, but she's also a presenter on Gems TV. She's coming in to have a chat to us tomorrow about how we can bring the shows forward and keep it going, bring improvements, and it's just really exciting times ahead. This last 10 weeks I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed. It makes coming into work really enjoyable to know that we're working on this project, and everyone in the company is sort of got a bit of a buzz about it at the moment.
There is a definite buzz. And there's just a bit of excitement. I think because everyone's so involved, and that's the nicest thing about it.
And it pushes you a bit to get out of your comfort zone, doesn't it? Because it's like,
just a little bit.
Hey guys, you're on camera.
You're on camera.
You know, it's just like we'll have to sort of get more of you guys involved. But
we have got Beauty Chat Live, which will be on tomorrow as well, and I'll be joined by a new face, which is Rachel from Customer Services. So we're very excited about that as well. So we're going to be putting more people out of their comfort zone.
I'll have to watch it from home.
Yeah. Tune in.
Yeah, have a day off, mate. You've earned it. You know, you've been on the thick of it for a long time, working hard. Big shout out to Gary in the control room. It's great to have him back after a ski trip, and it's fantastic that he didn't break any limbs, because he's got loads of videos and things to bring you. So all exciting stuff, guys, and really please do get involved. I'll try to be a little bit more active in the group now in the next week and start to sort of get this event going like we've promised. We've got to get that in the diary and start meeting you guys face to face, and maybe live streaming from the Elf store in Cardiff.
I really don't think we can't not live stream it, really, can we?
We've got to do that.
Be cheeky.
We've got to do it.
And we've said we've got to be cheeky from now on, so be cheeky not to.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we've got Hannah, who's back off holidays as well from the Elf store. She's going to be down like with the Elf show starting on the 25th of March, but we're going to have a few sort of warm-ups and practices with looks and product focuses from Elf. And we're doing some more review roundups, things that we're finding on boots and on blogs. If there's any brands that you have been blogging about recently, just drop us a link, and we might be ending up doing a review and giving your blog a shout out on BC Live. So
let us know. We're always looking for something new and exciting. We were absolutely irate this week because we were 6 months late getting caught up with the new Batiste smoothing conditioning mist. We can't have that happening again. No. We need people to get in touch.
We do.
Definitely.
And we need to get cheeky, like you said, Aim. Get cheeky.
Get cheeky. I know Ashley Tiernan, I saw put a hashtag up in the group earlier saying hashtag be cheeky.
BC.
BC actually means be cheeky.
Ashley, and that includes me getting in touch with Ashley Tiernan to start the push for home shopping in Ireland, which sounds like a really great idea. Ashley, thanks for getting in touch. Guys, I think we'll round it up there. Really enjoyed the show. Really thanks to Nick for all the tips. Thanks to all the bloggers who've contributed. Harriet, Amy, and the guys at home on the social streams.
And Naomi.
Big thanks. I beg your pardon. I meant Naomi there.
She needs to stop being around the corner.
You do. Well, you'll see, it's great that we got her now on camera. She's actually a star, I think.
People know that she's real.
On the show. So Nai will be on set tomorrow?
No, Nai is off gallivanting. So Nai will be back next week. I'm committing her to it. But
Rachel will be
joined by Rachel tomorrow.
Another star in the making right there from customer service.
And maybe Harriet. Ooh, maybe. See how I can ploy her with everything, promises and products, God knows what. We need to get her on, definitely. She needs to be in front of the camera, so we'll see. But I'll definitely be here with Rachel, and we'll be talking about some interesting trends and all sorts that Rachel's been looking into this week. So we've got some exciting as well.
Oh, brilliant. And guys, that's it for today. We'll be back next week. I'll be back tomorrow, as you've just heard, so I don't know
but this will be back next week.
We're always live.
Don't forget, this next week, actually, we need to tell you all that we're going to be on Wednesday night, not Thursday night. So it's a bit of a change next week.
That's my son's birthday. Ollie's one.
We need to make space for Ollie. He's got to have a day of celebration.
We wanted to sort of connect with the beauty chat hashtag.
Exactly. So, and the last couple of weeks we have been I'm just stopping us wrapping up now for the minute, but we have been getting involved in a couple of blogger chats, and we have thought that it's just been really exciting. So this next week we're going to be on Wednesday, so we will be having a chat with you guys on the blogger hashtag as well on Twitter. But as well as that, we are going to be joined by makeup artist Buster Knight, who is going to be creating a wearable editorial look for us next week, so that's going to be quite exciting. And we'll be joined by a lovely model, Amy. So we'll have two Amy's on the show.
So we'll be bringing all the beauty back into the show.
Bringing all the beauty back next week. So yeah, make sure you join us for that. But yeah, it'll be Wednesday night on the BCTV channel, and we will be all over social next week. So you do not want to miss out on that. It's going to be fantastic.
That's perfect, Dame. That's
but yeah,
that's one to wrap up on.
So
I think
that's about it. So that's enough from us tonight, I think.
Guys, have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Take care. Good night.
Thanks very much.
Bye.